Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this particular video we'll discuss about data modeling with respect to facts and dimension, right? So in normal traditional data warehouses we have to follow a particular data model to have our facts and dimension ready, right? So in this video I'll give you one example how the data model to be created along with all the facts and dimensions, right? So this is the diagram that I have created for the data model. So starting from the very basic thing, we have two things while creating a data model for a data warehouse application. One is your dimension and the other is your fact. So what is your dimension? Dimension is the table which contains all the descriptive type of things, right? So so for example, this is a team product, right? So this product table dimension has details about product ID, product name and category, right? Similarly we have dimension for time, store and customer, right? And the fact table is nothing but a measurable thing, right? So whatever the measures that you have to do for your data warehouse application stored inside a fact table, right? So sales ID, product ID, so these are the references, foreign key that normally the fact table stored. Okay, so we'll discuss about the primary and foreign key. So first let's talk about like what is the dimension, right? So in dimension, if you see, we have a primary key, right? So normally if you talk about your dimension, the primary keys is supposed to be one which is unique, right? Because since you are building a data warehouse application, so it might happen whatever the source data that you are getting, the primary key can be duplicate, right? So in that case, so we generally create a surrogate key. So surrogate key is nothing but a unique ID. So it can be a integer number which is nothing but auto incremented, or it can be an ID which is combination of two or more columns. So in this product I created this product ID which is combination of this product and product name. Okay, I'll also show you the SQL script. So this is the SQL script. Okay, if you see, this product table has this surrogate key product ID which is combination of product ID and product name, right? So let's go to this diagram, right? So this is the surrogate key concept basically, right, which is nothing but to uniquely identify your dimensions tables, right? So one more thing is like the audit columns, right? So you might have heard about a concept called SCD, right, which is nothing but slow changing dimension, right? I'll write it here, SCD, right? So which is basically slow changing dimension. So what is slow changing dimension? So since this is SCD, so remember the thing that it only applies to your dimension tables. It never applies to your fact table. So fact table is always quantitative and it measures the things. So there is no SCD concept in fact. So the SCD concept comes only in dimension tables, right? So what happens, right? So from the source you might be getting let's say take example of this product. This product ID can come to this dim product table twice, right? So whatever the latest data, how to identify that? So for that we have some audit columns, right? So the old data will be having start date, end date. Whenever the new data comes in, the start date can be remain same, but the end date gets closed. And for the future the new data that comes in, for that it generally refers to something like 999, right, 31 comma 31. This can be your future date, which normally shows that this end date, this particular ID which comes into your product table is a active data, right? And you can also have a flag. So this is how if you already know SCD, there might be concept called SCD type 1, right, SCD type 2. So this concept that I am talking about here, start date, end date along with a flag, this is of SCD type 2, right? And the whole thing that you are seeing here, right, it is nothing but called a star schema, because what happens, the main major table, which is the fact table, sits along with all the dimension table pointing to a single fact, right? But in case this dimension table can have another connection, then that becomes a snowflake schema, right? So this is how the normal practical application happens, right? So if you see, right, this sales has sales id, right? This can be one a particular primary key for this. These product id, time id, customer id, store id, these are all the foreign key that refers to this dimension table, right? So this is how the normal typical example of a data warehouse application, and this is how the data model looks like in your data warehouse application. And I have created the SQL script, right? I'll also give this in the description of the YouTube video, so you can refer this, right? How the facts and dimensions are created, what you need to look for, what are the audit tables, right? So I hope all these things are clear. You got some clarity on this, right? I hope this YouTube video finds you helpful. This is very short and crisp video. Thank you.